like
Men have emotions too.
yeah, basically,
Exactly
basically.
that. Exactly that. Like one of the things was like I like to be told that I'm handsome sometimes too.
You know what I'm
I mean?
saying?
But what about when you're told that you're handsome and then you take it for granted and you're like, okay, yeah, whatever.
I don't think that'd be happening.
That does happen.
Not when it happens. So since we there, I think this is a good place to do this. Chia. It's your boy. It's that guy Rich. Welcome to the very first and introductory episode of He Said, She Thinks. Just to give y'all a quick little background, the concept of this whole podcast is it's not so much a relationship podcast or going to be conversations just strictly centered around relationships. However, that's going to happen naturally because of one of my co-hosts here happens to be someone that I'm married to. So obviously we're going to talk about relationships. But more importantly, like the actual aspects and the whole premise of this particular podcast and why I think that you guys should tune in because you guys will be geared up to hear some amazing information is because it's about perspective. And about how we can all be sitting at the same, we can all climb the same mountain, sit at the same mountaintop, meaning that we went through the same journey. But that experience that we achieved from actually hitting the mountaintop is going to be different. So when we're standing at the top and seeing different things, that view can be different. But that's what makes life beautiful. That's what makes every situation unique. And that's what makes us all amazing. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce the beautiful
Erica Carter.
and the serial entrepreneur that I have to my left here.
Simmons the creative. Holla at your boy.
Hey,
I'm single.
Hey, he's shooting a shot already. Follow him on it. Follow him on
He's
IG.
single, so pay attention to his perspective.
Nah, you might not want to pay attention to his perspective though,
Why not?
because he's single. So we might want to make sure they don't. You don't want to get to know somebody too soon.
We're trying to get Josh hooked up.
Yeah, but when you dating, you only want to. You only. That's the thing too. Is like when you're in a relationship. That what I've learned that when you're dating somebody, you only see that it's like watching a film because you only see their highlights.
Yeah, true.
So it's like people with this, they're gonna be able to know more than just your highlights. So you might not want to, you know what I'm saying? We might not make this the relationship-based podcast for my man Simmons.
The Instagram of podcasts where you just see the highlights and stuff like that. You don't really see people real true life, just what they want you to see.
Exactly. So what I want to do is give a quick little rundown on who we are, what we doing, and why we are who we are, and why we feel like our voices matter. I'll start Actually, I'll wrap it up last. So let's start off with Simmons. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Mr. Entrepreneur.
So what is it? I'm a photographer / videographer / barber / producer / father / son / older brother. I'm a whole lot of slashes.
My man, a whole superhero out here, yo.
You know, a whole lot of slashes. So yeah, just out here, just just trying to contribute to the culture. Through positive vibes. You can check me out at Simmons _the_ creative.
I like it. Miss Erica, tell us a little bit about yourself. Go.
Okay, so I'm Erica Carter. I am a Scorpio.
Cancer season.
That's actually very important. I'm a Scorpio. And honestly, I am a boss babe, serial entrepreneur like Josh. I have an online boutique called Glamlux Fitness. It is my baby. It is the reason why I don't have a daughter, because she is my daughter. My business is everything to me, but I have an online boutique that specializes in glam, luxury, and fitness, 3 things that I absolutely love. I also am a personal trainer and a mom, a wife, and just someone who likes spreading positivity, encouraging others, and bringing good vibes.
I like it a lot. Obviously, I like it a lot because I put a ring on it. A lot of these
you
dudes
love
out here,
it a lot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes out here be talking that tough talk, talking about, oh, yeah, I like that.
Look at that.
Like, oh, yeah, I like that. I love her
he
for
loved
real.
it a lot.
But I was, I'm different about it. I follow Beyonce's steps, and I liked it, and I put a ring on it.
Beyonce
so that's me. She said if you like it, you better put a ring on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Duh. So I'll put a ring on it. So all the dudes out there watching, well, we listening right now. Soon as we're going to get y'all some visual, and you're going to be like, oh, okay, I can see why he put a ring on that. But, so I am that guy, Rich, IV on the gram, follow. But more importantly, first and foremost, I'm a child of God. However, that does not mean that I'm a perfect individual, nor do I practice the belief of being perfect. For a profession, I'm not like these two guys yet. That's the goal. I'm trying to be more of an entrepreneur, next steps of life, but the way that life paved out its way for me. Currently, I am the 9 to 5 guy in the group. I do have to get up every single morning and work. My profession by trade, we're going to just call it sales. We'll leave the rest of the description out. You can figure that out maybe one day. Who knows if I take a deep dive into that. But just sales, and then also on the back end of it, my whole goal in terms of like just what drives me in life is, one, my kid, and then also more importantly, just the simple aspect of like inspiring and motivating individuals is the goal. That's who I am as a person. If I can encourage just one person to be like, dang, because of Richard, I pursued my dream and chased my passion, or became a better person in life, I feel like I succeeded. My hope, of course, is going to be my little seed, my mini me. I hope he can get to that point, obviously, but also other people in the world. That's the impact that I want to leave.
Facts.
So that's who I am. That's who we are. And this is the He Said, She Thinks podcast, talking about perspective from a male side, from a female side. If female is a bad word, oh well. I prefer saying female in some cases.
I don't mind it.
Cool. I don't understand why people do. Like people use.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, people be getting offended when you be like, oh, y'all some females.
That's the what's the call that was so pro women? I forget what it's called off top.
Like feminist.
Feminists.
Yeah.
They be taking offense to
Females?
Yeah, they be taking
I guess
offense
it's
to
in the
females.
context that you use it.
But just to add a disclaimer, anything that I said, this is Simmons, aka Josh. Anything that I say on this podcast, Erica and Richard do not have to. This is not their opinion. I am the one that's going to talk kind of reckless. I do not hold my tongue. I just want to put that disclaimer out there.
That is true.
Just to put that out there.
Both of them, they don't hold their tongue. I'm the only one that kind of is a little more tactful.
Now, my tongue is a little more wild than y'all.
Hey, I see Simmons out here trying to shoot his shot.
He's trying to shoot his shot.
No,
What
like
does
that,
mean?
He's trying to get that relationships.
No,
He
I
want
mean
his DMs to pop.
not in that aspect. I'm just saying.
Wild tongue.
My man said, hey, I'm single. My tongue
I
is
didn't
wild. I'm out here.
I didn't mean it like that, but I mean it's not false. But I'm just saying.
Let's go. So we're gonna roll into this. We're gonna get this. With that being said, so since you already putting it out there, well, let's talk about the type of. Right now, we in a day and age to where there's like this evolution, I guess you could call it. Okay. I don't know if it's sparked by the pandemic or just sparked because people are tired of working for the man or whatever it is, but it's really taken over by women. I know the statistics say that like especially like black female entrepreneurs have like spiked over the last like call it 18 months or so. But my question is to you, or well, let's just kind of like dive into this whole the aspect of like, do you want that boss chick, that boss babe, the girl that got her own stuff, like she can stun on her own, or do you want the girl that's gonna take care of the crib and just be the housewife?
Oh, this is towards me.
Since you talking, you know what I'm saying, you started off talking about I'm single, I'm out here, and then you talking about the tongue is crazy. So let's know what type of girl should be sliding into the DMs. I want to know. For
me personally, I don't want a housewife. I'd rather us both make our own bag and then we bring it to the table and have a feast. That's just my
what
perspective.
Jay-Z said.
That's the whole line.
That's what Jay-Z said.
What's your thought on the boss babe versus the housewife life?
Well, I am a boss babe.
That's where it gets funny, but I hear you.
Why does it get funny? I am a boss babe.
So, full disclosure, one thing about this particular podcast, I promise to be transparent. So this conversation occurred when we were on our way to Tulum. Shout out to Vacations with Bay. Tulum was a dope
Vacations with
spot.
bae.
You know what I'm saying? We out here vacations all summer.
Hey.
All summer, so we have another one.
We got. I mean, maybe we'll see what happens. But we had this conversation going to Tulum, and as I said, I'm the individual that works the 9 to 5 in this particular in our relationship with me and Erica. I'm the one that, under current state, would be called what is the breadwinner. So I just thought it was funny because she was calling herself. She was on this whole boss babe vibe and like this boss babe energy. Granted, she brings money into the house. Glamlux Fitness, check it out. It does generate revenue. Go to her store and shop. Personal training, she brings in money into the house. I do not salute the boss babe aspect of it. However, there's also a part to where it's like a lot of this boss babe activity happens because she's on my payroll.
Hey,
And I think that's kind of like a thing to where, and it's funny because it's like I get to see it from the inside. But that just makes me wonder from like all these other girls that I be seeing on Instagram that be screaming out boss babe. It's like, whoa, I mean, what's really your situation?
I'll tell you this. This is from, okay, I'm gonna talk freely. So anybody that gets offended by cuss words and people saying nigga, you might want to tune out. So real nigga activity. If you pay attention on the IGs, if a woman is on her IG and posting pictures she's on vacation and it's only just her, that vacation is sponsored.
That's a fact.
It's sponsored.
Well, we're not in Tulum, and I was pointing out the girls that was sponsored, and I was telling you, she's sponsored right now.
Wait, time out.
She not a boss babe, but
Wait.
I bet you she on IG
She on
talking
IG
about she a boss.
in front of
Time out.
somebody Mercedes talking about somebody Lamborghini like you know what I'm
That
saying?
is
Like,
so not fair to say because you don't know.
I'm not saying it's you.
Yeah.
But there's women out there for a fact that's living like that.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, whether you're on your quote unquote husband or boyfriend's payroll, or you are being, I don't even want to say sponsored, but you are being gifted by a man, it doesn't take away
Gifted?
from
No
the
accountability.
fact.
None.
Wait, hold up. It does not take away from the fact that you are a boss babe. And the whole thing about it is we're manifesting our future. So we may not, it doesn't matter how you get to the goal so much. It matters like getting to the goal, you know? And so
100%.
it doesn't matter if you need a little bit of support along the way. The fact is that you're putting yourself out there, you're taking a risk on yourself, and you're doing what you have to do to become a boss babe. And women empowerment and is what it's all about. I mean, I feel like even though I'm married and people think marriage is like the ultimate, okay, I'm going to be honest too, okay? So let me just put this out there.
This should be interesting. That's our sound effects until we get a
There
soundboard.
is, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, no one has to agree with me. There is no such thing as security in life except for the security that you create for yourself.
100%.
And it doesn't.
What does that mean?
To me, that means that it doesn't matter if you're married, if you're single, if you have a rich dad, if you have a rich boyfriend, if you have a quote-unquote sponsor. It doesn't matter. All that matters is what you're trying to create. And once you create it and it blows up, then that's the security that you've created for yourself.
But so my thing is like, when we talk this whole boss babe versus like the housewife situation, like me personally, I would never want just a housewife per se. And when I say housewife, I think it's more so like in the context of like the old verbiage.
Stay at home, don't work.
Don't do
watch
nothing.
your kids clean. And
But that is a job.
But that's
though.
No, it is a job.
Yeah, that's a
It is.
hard job.
So I think when I say housewife, I think it's more so like the person, like the woman that's at home, that's that actually has the nanny, that has the housekeeper. It does absolutely nothing but be like a what is it called? Like a trophy wife.
But there's nothing wrong with that either, because that could be her purpose.
I
Being a
disagree
trophy
with
wife
that.
is a purpose for
So-
some people.
Well, that's where we would run into a problem. So like if you wanted to be a housewife in terms of like I handle the expenses, in terms of like I provide per se. I bring home the meat, but when I come home, everything is done. The house is clean, clothes is folded, dinner's cooked, like stuff like that. Like my kid is taken care of. Like we good. To me, that's the job. But if it's like that trophy wife aspect to where it's like, where you're in a situation to where you have the team around you, I don't understand
What's
how
wrong
dudes
with
operate that. Because I can't just walk around with like the trophy. The trophy.
Okay,
I don't want a trophy.
He's being politically correct. I don't know if this is my views. I'm gonna tell you right now. So the trophy wife, I'm gonna put it like this: if all that you bring to the table is pussy,
my nigga,
there's billions and billions of women out there. So if all you bring to the table is some punani, your value is not that great versus the women that's out here getting it on their own, whatever. We bring it to the table and and we build. Like we get some real estate, we get some stocks, whatever the case may be. Like someone you can actually build with versus somebody that's just like, oh, I just look cute, pay for me.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so this is crazy because
I'm the translator, by the way. He can't say
that's what I was.
like
that's what I was trying to say, but I work in corporate America.
I've entered into a man's mind right now because I didn't know men thought like that. But here's my thing. So everybody serves a purpose in life,
100%.
Right?
But
and
if that's your purpose,
wait. I'm being fair.
Go.
Some women, their purpose is to be a trophy wife, and they're damn good at it. Because imagine you're like most trophy wives that have a team of people around them. Their husband is like in a very successful place. Like they are an athlete. Most trophy wives are married to like athletes, rappers, musicians, actors, like that, right? So your purpose is to be a trophy wife, and you make sure the house is clean because you hire a team to do it. You make sure the kids are taken care of because you hire a nanny. You make sure everything is good. Like you're making the arrangements. That's still a purpose. Like, you're still being a good-ass trophy wife. Like, there's nothing wrong with being the best trophy wife you can be. There's nothing wrong with if your passion is to be a boss babe and you're the best boss babe you can be, or you're a housewife and you're the best housewife you can be. It doesn't matter. Like, as long as you're living your purpose and you're confident, happy, and getting your job done, then who cares what you are?
So, in my opinion, though, it's like, so from what I'm hearing, though, is you're saying that, like, the boss babe is more so a mentality that you women have, more so than actually calling themselves bosses.
No.
Because, like, you think it's actually bosses.
No, yes, I look, and so you say that I'm on your payroll, and that's cute and everything.
Cute?
That's cute.
I got receipts.
Yeah, it's cute. I appreciate the fact that
I'm going to call your hairstylist, then we're going to see how cute it is.
She's a boss babe, too, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So,
I pay her.
Here's the thing. You can't look at it like you're, like, because you're just looking at it all wrong. You can't look at it like you're not a real legit boss babe because I'm still supporting your life.
But it's not even just about the supporting the life. So in my opinion, I think that I think that you women can call yourselves working babes who are working towards trying to become a boss. But just because from my perspective, like if you're not cutting a check, if you're not cutting a check and you don't have anybody on payroll and you're not responsible for the success of other individuals, you're not a boss.
That's not true.
But boss can be a mentality.
Yes.
And I think that's where the little line can be drawn to where I can accept that conversation. But talking about the whole trophy wives, that also leads me into this next conversation and all these people that got these PPP loans and these EIDL loans and all the money from the government.
Popping bottles on the EDD and the PPP, you see me.
Hey, like all these people out here that's making more money that they've ever seen in their lifetime. And now all of a sudden they all managed to make these trips to the DR. This leads me to my next conversation to where
that's not a bad thing.
With these that's a good we're gonna figure it out. So I want to know, like, so with these trophy wives and stuff, is it, and just from like a male perspective, because like my wife thinks that she knows what I like, which is why it gets really funny because again she's my wife and the person that I married. However, is it God given or doctor driven, bro? Like you out here still in the game, so you could let me know.
I'm gonna tell you, number one, I'm not in the game. I don't want that narrative. My shots been bricking.
Oh, that don't mean you're not shooting.
I'm shooting, but I'm bricking.
So that means
What does
so you
that
in the
mean,
game.
Josh? What does it mean your shots are bricking? You're not
I'm
getting
not-
the girls you want?
My shot ratio is just not connected. At least the ones that I want, they ain't messing with your boy. So that's a whole different situation, though.
So you not
Because there's
you not
something
Steph Curry.
better out there. That's why.
Possibly. That's why I'm not stressing.
But you're supposed to
working
be
on the
Steph Curry right
self-development.
now. You
I'm
successful.
not Steph Curry.
entrepreneur.
I'm Shaq at the line right
You
now.
Shaq and you
I'm missing free throws.
Giannis. He Giannis. Not to I don't know how to say his last name, but he Giannis at the line where they
I don't know what this means, guys. Can we like use like references that I'm
you
aware
don't know
of?
Shaq at the line.
Yo, okay, he misses free throws.
Yeah,
but what's
exactly.
Giannis at the line?
He's worse than Shaq. Put it that way.
Oh, geez.
That's the problem.
I didn't know that was a possibility.
My field goal ratio is ain't
How
that high
can
right
Josh
now.
be worse at the line?
What you? I mean, we're gonna figure that out. I want to know too.
I'm transitioning into the high value. I'm not quite there, but it's just like a couple points away where you get the triple double. I'm like right there.
Oh, you on edge. So you like
You know
so
I'm
you
shooting
averaging
90.
like so you out here you averaging like 15 points, but you getting 8 rebounds and only like 3 assists. So nobody really care. But until you get the 2 more rebounds, then you like, okay, wait a minute, that dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Again, what does that mean? All I hear is that pre-social media you were good, post-social media you're struggling. The struggle is real.
Because on social media is fake.
It's weird out
It's
here.
weird out here because for one, again, you only get the extreme highlights. Like especially with these women.
They
Like-
getting BBL'S and stuff, and it's just
Wait.
like now they value change and they think they up there.
They got a fake butt and they think they got a fake butt, fake abs, fake lips, fake nose, bro. They get fake cheeks and thighs, but they want to sit here around and act like.
But you like it. All men like it. All men.
Do you like it or do you double tap it on Instagram? It's a
You
difference.
double tap it on Instagram.
That does not mean you like
and
it.
you quadruple tap it in person. All men, married
Lies.
men, non-married men, all men like it.
Speaking for Simmons, Joshua Simmons, I don't mind stretch marks and I don't mind the natural.
That's
Hey,
what.
give me the tiger stripes.
That's becoming like the cool thing.
That's the
to
roadmap
say.
to the passion.
How was it a cool thing to
Can
say when
I
I did it?
speak-
Stretch
I
marks
have a-
lead you to where
I
the
got the tiger
happiness is
stripes.
at.
Hey,
I
hey,
have a really strong perspective on this. Men
Speak your mind.
don't know what they like until it walks in front of them. They sit,
That's not
hold
men. That's
on.
people.
No offense to all the men out there. I'm not a man basher. Like I love my husband.
Maybe that. I was about to say-
I was waiting for it. hey, I'm so glad we
I
were.
saw the look.
Bro, I was waiting for her to say it. Because I couldn't wait to follow up with it.
I love my
I saw the look.
husband.
I was like, ooh.
And I wouldn't want to
was about
disrespect
to
my
get
husband.
spicy.
I wouldn't want to disrespect my husband.
No, but
in
speak
any
your
kind of
truth.
way.
We're going to be transparent
my
on this, so
truth-
speak your
this
truth.
is
Speak
the
your
truth.
truth. But it was about to
And
get
this,
spicy.
this applies to my husband.
This might have been the
too.
first and last
I
episode that he said she
actually,
thinks.
if we're being all the way transparent, and I can honestly put this out there if you're cool with it because we've grown from it. Like it goes back to 6 years ago when my husband said that he likes natural women. He doesn't like women that wear makeup, right? And I didn't wear makeup back when we got married. Like I didn't know how to do my makeup. It's not that I didn't want to do makeup. I just didn't know how to do makeup. But then I found out that he does like women that wear makeup. Now he might not say that he likes women that wear makeup or whatever. Like it's still, he might still say like, no, I prefer what I married, but I know that he thought that women that wore makeup had pretty faces, right, baby?
So you are hearing that from a jaded perspective.
Your jaded perspective?
Nah, it's
It was
like
your perspective. You thought someone with makeup had a beautiful face.
that's not the case. So
But you said that.
Have you seen the movie Hall Pass? You've seen Hall Pass?
Yes.
That's the one with Kevin Hart, ain't it?
No.
it's
Kevin Hart is with
Owen Wilson.
and his wife gives him his friend actually has the impression that he could go get any girl in the world, and his wife is like, I don't know who you think you are, like nobody actually wants to be with you. And so his wife, what she does is gives him a hall pass for the weekend, right?
Uh-huh.
And then in the movie there's this one part to where they have this friend who goes and is like, you don't really understand what women look like, because they're at a club And he's like, oh, you think all the women look good? And the guy, he's like looking at this girl and he's like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. And he's like, no, she's not beautiful. It's because you're seeing her you're seeing her with a bunch of fives. Mm-hmm. So it's like when you see a girl with a bunch of fives and the girl happens to be a 6.5, mm-hmm. if you see the 6.5 with the fives, the 6.5 looks great in the moment.
Yeah.
So then what he does is like he puts up his blinders. So he does this thing where he puts his hands up and he isolates the girl by herself. So you can see only the girl in that moment.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, she's actually a 5 too.
Yeah.
Not really a 6.5. So I say all that to say that what happened was my wife was in a situation to where she saw something in my phone, because all guys we text our guy friends different from, the guy conversations are different.
Yeah.
So ladies, when you're going through your man's phone, which I don't actually recommend and I don't do it anymore. I haven't done it in like 2 years. But when you go through your man's phone, word to the wise, don't go to what you think you should go to, like Instagram, whatever. Go to his text messages, like deep down.
Don't do that, because you're not going to understand guys' world.
When he's texting his friends, the ones that you're like quote unquote worried about it, no offense to the guy that Richard was texting, because he's still a friend of ours.
My guy. Oh, we name dropped.
I just put you on blast.
We
Sorry.
can't bleep that.
I do love you.
29 minutes, we're going to bleep that probably.
No, but
because that starts to, we're going to bleep that.
okay, but when you when you're looking through your man's phone and you want to know really like his truth and what he really thinks, go through his text messages with his guys, like the ones that you're kind of worried about. Like go, but don't just go like a month before.
You know
go
what?
Deep down, like start from the beginning.
See how deep
But that's
this gets?
when I used to go through his phone. I don't do that anymore.
But it's not even that.
Not
So
really
my
my
Simmons,
level right
Simmons
now.
can attest to this.
I'm not aligned with going through his phone anymore.
But
That's
it's not
me.
even that. Simmons can attest to this. When you're in a relationship and you're having conversations with men, the conversation doesn't really hold any weight or depth in terms of like what it actually means or what you're actually saying. Because like for example, we just compared him shooting his shot to girls to Giannis, but it doesn't really have any depth or it doesn't really mean
A
much.
lot of it be jokingly.
Exactly.
Like, there's more ways to really, and this don't even just apply to just men. It applies to women too. But there's more ways to really figure out somebody and how they're really moving. I'm not about to go into depth because I'm not about to get no people out here in trouble, men or women, because I know the game on both sides. But
he just said so much without saying anything at all.
It's just but for the most part, for men, as far as in this circumstance, like we joke around, it don't even be that deep. It don't even be that deep.
That's the part that women don't understand though. Like a lot of time guys will say stuff and it doesn't really hold any weight. And
we used to joke about, like, we heard boo boo or poop
and
we would
laugh. Like why?
Guys are simple as hell.
But do you think it's funny if you're married and you quote unquote joke around about another woman being so beautiful you can't wait to see her pretty face at work?
Okay, so I'll put it like this.
And that might be it. So the last part of that.
When you're a newlywed?
It's not about.
I'll put it like this.
Hold on, time out. This is what I'm talking about.
But we grew from that.
But yeah, we did grow from that. So there's experiences and learning in terms of relationships. And that's where I think that this is going to be a successful information graph for people. What she's saying is not what she thought is not what I meant in terms of the conversation. So when you're in a relationship with individuals, one thing that you have to do as a guy is not only learn how to love the person that you are with, but you also have to learn for a lack of better words, allowed to communicate with their friends and the jokes you tell. Because it's a mental adjustment that you have to make.
When you get married?
Not just when you get married. That's what I said, just even when you're in a relationship. Because guys, like girls, they see something. Like I remember one time I was in a situation with Erica and we were coming from somewhere and she read messages backwards in my phone, right? Like literally,
Backwards?
bro. Like so, you know when you see text messages in the phone, right?
Yeah.
She read the messages into my phone backwards, and her reading of the messages backwards. Sorry, we're opening up stuff because we have a 4-year-old at the house who wants to be a part of the conversation, but she's reading the messages backwards. When you read messages, when you take something out of context, it could sound crazy. Just like when we're talking about these girls, like these BBL'S and stuff, and she's like, "Oh, but you like it, or you look at it and you do stuff like that."
All
It's
men
like,
do.
every single time you're on the freeway and you see a car crash, what do? Go ahead. It's open mic. Who want to answer the question?
Do you look at it, Josh?
When you're on a freeway
Yeah,
and you see
for
a
the most
car
part.
crash, what do?
I try not to. I don't really care too much. I'm like, damn, and then I keep driving. I probably give it 2 seconds. Some people give it longer.
But you look.
Yeah.
You
Well,
look.
Yeah. For
And
the
2
most
seconds
part.
to me is not looking. That's just it's not like actually being a part of it. That's just a quick look. And I think that women look at our situations and we're like, oh my God, you're looking at this person, you're looking at that girl. And it's like, nah, sometimes it's a car crash.
So we got their son in here. He's trying to get some fruit snacks and whatnot. So we're trying to get him to go back upstairs while we record. So I'm chiming in, Simmons.
Parent life.
So you can go ahead and follow me at SX as in X-ray, MM as in Mike, NZ_the creative. If you want me to film your content or take your pictures, that's just a light plug.
So here's the thing. This is like me being very genuine right now and honest about my opinion. Like nobody in the world has to agree with it, but this is like, I feel like I'm a very wise Scorpio woman. And being
Cancer
a
season.
Scorpio, our intuitions are very, very, very strong and non-toxic. So I just want to say this. Men,
Okay. Not you per se, but I dealt with some Scorpios in my time. And yeah.
they're
But,
addicting, aren't they?
He not with him no more.
yeah.
But he probably wish he was. But here's the thing.
No.
Here's the thing about men that
So if you a Scorpio, don't slide in Simmons DMs.
Now, I don't mind them.
We're gonna bring a Scorpio female on this show to like.
And it's not going to change the energy. But go ahead, finish
is.
what you're saying.
But okay, enough about that. Men, and this is a proven fact. Men say
Time out. A proven fact.
yes.
I
Okay.
want-
Let me just say.
I'm
Let me
logical.
just get it out though.
Let her shoot. Let her shoot.
All
Let her
right.
shoot.
Men say that they have particular types and they know what they like and they don't like this and they don't like that and whatever, right? But then I really strongly believe men don't know what they like because if you look through men's like track records, who they cheat on their like girlfriends and wives with or whoever they're in a relationship with, they tend to be the polar opposite of what they say that they like. And that's why women are always like, you said you didn't like this type. You said you didn't like this. You said you didn't like that. Because men are like this. They're attracted to like what they feel in the moment when they see somebody. And it might not align with what they have said that they like. It's whatever attracts them in that moment because men are more visual. And I believe in my heart that a man could say, I only like natural women. And not saying that natural is better than fake, or like, I don't even want to say fake. Like, not to say that natural is better than getting work done or getting work done is better than natural. Because to me, whatever makes a woman feel confident, it makes a woman feel like a boss babe and like, her baddest self, like her highest self, that is what's dope, even if she's had work done or not. So whenever a woman walks by and she's super confident and a guy just happens to like find her attractive, it doesn't matter what she is. Like he's gonna find her attractive if that's what catches his eye in the moment, depending on his mood, because men are fickle. No offense.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
But I think so. It's funny. So like that whole conversation kind of like brings me to that Wale song "Bad," where he says, "Bad girls ain't no good, and the girls ain't no fun, and the hood girls want a smart nigga, and the college girls want a thug." So it seems we fiend for what we don't need. Got a thing for a queen who know when to leave, but it's like the whole concept of that is. I think that women are under the impression that because a guy looks at something or talks about something, there's this like deep connection to it. And that's just not the case.
It's a sexual connection.
That's not even the case either. That's where it gets interesting because, like, we could sit here and talk about sports there, and it's not that deep. We'll forget about the conversation in within 24 hours, and it means nothing. But I'm gonna call it unfortunately. Don't cancel me before we even get started with this. But in the mind of a woman, it's like this stuff lingers forever. Like, y'all be remembering stuff that happened forever ago, and the dude be like, whoa, why? Like, I don't even know where I was at in that time of life or in that moment to make me think or say that and do that type of thing. Because it's like, that's just how a mind of a guy operates. Like, we are more, well, not we are more. Not forward moving is what I was going to go for. We're more progressive. Like, I'm more so thinking about what's next than so much what's happening now in the moment. But what happens is sometimes you can get caught in the moment of thought. But you're not the same person at any point in time. Like, time is the only thing that's consistent. The only thing that we're promised is death. So if time is the only thing that's going to be constantly moving, and we're talking about the whole, if this person looks good in the moment because they have on this type of makeup, it's like, that's not the end all be all in terms of a guy's brain. Like, that's just
it doesn't mean anything.
It's a car wreck in the moment.
Oh,
like it.
So let me
go ahead.
I'm the unbiased opinion here. So that's my role here. So okay, let's call a spade a spade. Like, it's really not that complicated when it comes to men and women as far as what I'm about to say. When you see somebody that's attractive, whatever you deem as attractive, you're going to look. Regardless if you're in a relationship, a marriage, you're single, whatever the case. If someone just look handsome or beautiful, whatever the case, I'm like, oh, like, they catch your eye. Will you act on it? If you don't, whatever the case. You might not do it, you might do. But attractive people tend to turn some heads, number one. So that doesn't always deem that somebody is going to impulsively react, regardless if it's a man or a woman. Are men more visual than women in most cases? In most cases, let me emphasize that. Yes. Women, when they tend to cheat, is more so an emotional thing. So when they check out, it's like, damn, you was really trying to replace me. I just wanted to get this little rub and tug off and get
That
on.
is very true.
You know
But that's even crazier if you have an emotional connection.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's crazier.
No, it's definitely crazy.
I
That's
don't
crazy.
think so.
'Cause you
How
gotta
can
build
you
to that.
put emotional over physical? Because to a woman, you physically found somebody else attractive. In that moment, it means a lot because women are always trying to achieve like beauty and excellence.
But to build an emotional connection with someone, that takes time. That's not a moment.
Yeah, because
That part. Because you talking about a moment versus a lifetime.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You talking about
So
time.
it's just like-
you talking about time invested.
and that's what you call fumbling the ball.
And you keep on going back to
That was a really bad
conversation.
sports reference. Somebody just thought, what? We are not gonna just let that go. What?
So like, when you get emotionally invested, like, you have to continuously go back and check in. Like, a guy is just like,
it's
hey,
a
like,
relationship.
Exactly. It's
Basically.
a difference.
and don't get me wrong, both is fucked up. Both is wrong.
But mental is like, yeah,
It's deeper. It's deeper.
But it's equal. It's like,
So at the
that's
end
why
of the
like
day-
I don't understand why. But look, here's the thing. Like, men came down hard on Jada Pinkett when she slept with August.
Men
Right?
came down hard
Yeah.
because she accepted no responsibility.
I think more women was harder on her than men.
No, most women that I talked to did
Was
not really
champion-
find.
I made a whole entanglement shirt, so I was like, hey, you doing it?
A lot of women didn't come down on as hard.
Women respected it.
Women didn't come down on
Women
Jada as hard
definitely
as
respected
men
it.
Respected it for some
Yeah.
reason. But if it was Will,
I understand why.
women respected it so much to the point they said Will had to do something, but there's no evidence.
No, Will did do something.
Prove it.
And I am a
What's
fan
her
of
name?
Will.
What's her name?
That's the thing. Jada said.
What's her name?
If you listen.
No, what's her name?
That's the problem.
What's her name?
That's the problem. Men don't listen.
What's her
that
name?
Good.
What's her
but
name?
the ones that do
What's her
listen
name?
end up being August.
Exactly. No one listened. Now August Alsina is out here having entanglements with dude's wife, and y'all want to say because.
But that's not cool either. Just saying, it's not
debatable.
Cool.
So all this comes down
they
to
have a touch and go relationship, from what I understand.
Exactly,
but
touch
see,
and
that's
go.
rumors too.
But like
facts.
really
Where the facts?
legit touch and go.
Where the facts? This really all comes down to this. Do you like a natural bouncy butt or a
Circling back.
or do you like a butt that was manufactured with silicone or fat that was in other places of the human body?
Does it matter at the end of the day?
So my
Because
personal
I might get my lips done.
So my personal opinion, and it matters. Yes, I'd rather you go squat and enhance what God gave you from your own physical talents and abilities. And what in terms of the lips, I think that you should not change your lips, because I think that the women that are out here getting their lips done, ultimately it starts to look like it look like you got your lip busted, like you got into a fight.
It do.
And lost.
It's really cute.
It's not cute.
Okay, number one, as a man that experienced both, as far as natural and BBLs.
Oh, you had the BBL booties?
I've had.
Like sexually?
Look, I've done some things in my time. I dibbed and dabbled.
Hey, hold up, real fast. So as a married man, don't beat me up.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to ever experience such a thing. So vicariously through you, your personal opinion, because in my opinion, I don't think that it could compare to a natural bottom. Because I'm
gonna put it like this.
So
okay.
we want to hear your insight.
We or you?
No, we the people.
No, I don't want to hear. That's you, but I'm not
It's we
judging.
the people.
Because there might be some things I want to know about.
It's we the people. You over here talking about getting your lips done. He could tell you what kissing a girl, what her lips plump might feel like. So we can hear this. We the people.
Between the BBLs and the natural, number one, aesthetically, it depends on what doctor they went to. It could still look like natural work or whatnot. I didn't really pay too much attention to how it felt, because we was just doing what to do. You feel me? But as far as like engagement in activity, that does not change.
Well, when you say activity, what you talking about?
We're talking about some grown-up activity.
All right, we're talking about grown folks activity.
Like,
Cause I also heard when you go get a BBL, you can't sit on an airplane for like 5 hours. Like you gotta sit on your knees.
That's
Well,
nothing
I
to do
don't-
with the sex.
But that's why I was trying to make sure the activity we was talking about. So he said grown folks activity.
grown folks activity. As far as getting the BBL, that has nothing to do with the vaginal area. So that is still going to feel the same. It's still going to be the same type of encounter. So there's that. But me personally, I rather the natural, because I'm like a lot of women are out here getting work and they're just looking like a Bug's Life type of situation.
I call it wisdom.
That
too.
movie.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Ants from Disney, Pixar. Ants.
You seen that?
It's like go to the proper doctor, number one, because there's people out here actually dying. So we want to make sure everybody's safe out here. This is a responsible podcast. So if you're getting some work done. Now, as far as lips, it's looking wild out here. Some people is not knowing what they're doing out here. I don't know why you think it's... In some cases, I guess it's decent. But when your lip just look like you just got smacked with a baseball.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying exactly.
Like, that's wild.
Do you like Kylie Jenner's lips?
That's a whole...
Compared to what it used to, she made some improvement. But this is the thing. Like, men, nowhere...
That is so honest.
Nowhere in the history of life, men was like, I don't know about your lips. You might want to go get some work done on that. Like, nowhere in the history of
that's
life.
a great point.
Nowhere. But women are just like, and I get it. Like, number one, like, if you got to please yourself first.
Exactly.
So that's where the question-
where
that's
that's
where-
what it all comes
But don't
down
get
to.
mad when men look at you like you look weird. Like
I don't think men look at women like that.
No, we do.
So like,
I think
we
it's
do.
all in how you wear what you got, because it's all about the inner confidence. Because okay, I'll put myself out there. I haven't had work done on my body, but I wear like the maximum push-up bra. But when I wear that push-up bra, it makes me personally feel confident. Like I just feel like that chick in my bra, and I love my bra. And it has nothing to do with my husband. It has nothing to do with anything with like influence from social media. It's just I love how I feel when I wear this
You want to
certain
go
bra.
check on him?
nah, we don't.
This is what happens when you got kids. If y'all hear any booming in the
banging in the
background,
background.
Yeah, we don't know what's happening.
It's a 4-year-old. I
He's
swear
up
I
there
have
just having
no
war.
idea what's happening upstairs. And I'm gonna just let it rock because he's not crying. And I'm with the belief of if your kid is not bleeding, nothing's broken. Yeah, I tell him get up, shake it off like an athlete.
He thinks he's a superhero.
And he's upstairs right now
sound
being
like
a
it.
superhero.
fighting Thanos right now.
Hey, as long as he wins, it's all good.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like when my husband spends like hours and hours and hours working on his waves, like that makes him feel confident. That makes him feel confident.
Because I
No,
got
like
no
that
good
makes him
friend.
feel confident, you
I ain't got
know?
no. I'm glad this is not on
Like-
camera. That would be a cold shot.
That makes him feel very confident, and you know I don't knock it because he feels good about himself. So I
But
get
you
the
do be
best
knocking
version.
it.
I get the best version of Richard when he does that.
So I agree with that standpoint. So I think she's shooting shots right now because if you see my hair, you can be like, my man ain't seen a brush in forever. But in reality, I think it comes down to like, so my favorite trait, like we always have this conversation. I'm sure you other people in relationships can understand, but also just the single dudes out there, you can understand it as well. It's like you have a favorite trait of like the opposite sex. And in my personal opinion, my favorite trait has been and always will be confidence. And
Hold on, I'm not gonna let you just ride with that one, bro.
that's my favorite trait is confidence. Like
Like,
straight
that's
up.
so basic.
It's not even basic.
Hey, that's safe as hell.
It's not even being safe. Like real talk.
That's safe as hell.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's not giving me anything.
It's not what the case is.
Okay, I'm holding down for the real niggas out
No,
here.
real talk. No.
Real niggas
no,
like
no.
booty.
No, real talk.
That gluteus
I hear you.
maximus.
But that's your favorite trait.
Astradamus.
So your favorite trait. So if a girl got an ugly, so if you see a girl and she got she's the world's biggest bottom and it's real and it's all that, everything's perfect. Oh my god. But she not confident and she'd be like, oh my god, I think it's too big and oh my god, people don't like it. And she's like in this mood, you're gonna be like, I don't even like it no more. Yes or no?
I mean,
You can boost her confidence.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't
You
want
can boost her self-esteem.
See, I don't want that type of
Take
problem.
her mind off of that.
That ain't even me. So that like my that's funny. My personal thing is like if whether you skinny, fat, tall, whatever it is, like I always tell, forgive the statement,
It's
but I'm gonna say
heavy
it.
set.
Nah, I'm saying it what it is.
nah, we gotta call it. We
I'm
gotta
calling what it is. This
we
is
not-
my personal
yeah,
opinion.
we not letting.
I
people
tell
lie.
my wife this
get healthy.
again.
Get healthy.
My wife is in shape. She is fit. She works out all the time. She watches what she eats.
Don't put me out there like I'm all that because I got a lot.
What
of
I
work to
tell
do.
her all the time in terms of what is my favorite trait is confidence. I tell her she needs to have fat girl in a bikini at a Vegas pool party confidence.
Basically,
Because
have
those girls,
have
bro.
Lizzo confidence. The ones,
I love Lizzo.
Exactly.
the big girls with the knees knocking and everything. but
Knees
they don't
knocking,
give a damn.
bikini
They are
on.
gold.
You can't even see the
And they-
bottom of the bikini because her
and-
belly hanging over it.
And they got
who
the
cares?
teeth. The teeth with the rainbow teeth, but they got the
You guys
My
are
girl
just
from
literally
3LW?
bashing a bunch.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. You guys are just bashing. Like,
I'm not bashing.
Low-key
That's the-
bashing these beautiful
I just said I like
women.
the confidence.
But
Oh,
the
just-
I'm saying that every
thing
woman should have that
is-
confidence.
My bad.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's like being a woman in 2021. It's like we can have confidence because, like, most times I do have confidence, right? but sometimes things break our confidence. Like
That's why I hate social
like
media.
let me
bro.
tell you, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it real. Like for the majority of the time I'm pretty much confident, but like sometimes I lack confidence because I'm not perfect. And hello, we have a thing called that time of the month, and that time of the month, sometimes we don't be the most confident.
Hey.
But
hold
here's
up.
the thing. Hold on.
All right, let me let you get that off. Go ahead real quick.
I recently made a comment that like I almost feel a little bit weird that I've had nothing done to my body. Like I feel like I should get something done. Like I feel like I've had nothing done. Like who do I think I am that I don't need nothing done? Now I don't
God
think
give
that's
it.
a good mindset to have. That's probably like a social media driven mindset.
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
But-
that's why
Call
I
it,
hate it.
my whole thing is call a spade a spade.
Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
it's all
You're being
social
honest about
media.
it.
I'm being like really transparent. Like I
hate
know that like people would probably be like, that is such a whack mindset to have, and I agree with it. But it's just the reality. Like I'm probably not the only woman out there that has thought that. Like I work out pretty much like 6 days a week, and I take care of my skin, and I take supplements for my hair, and I really work on my self-care, and I take care of myself. But part of me sometimes when I go on social media, I feel like, dang, like maybe I should get like body sculpting done, or maybe I should get like my lip
Body
injected.
sculpting been going crazy lately. I see a lot of people body sculpt. I know a couple people that body sculpt.
Like the
it's
cool,
been-
like the fat freezing body sculpting, or what we talking
No,
about?
No,
it's
it's
like
like
this
this-
massage.
It's like
They have these like,
Yeah,
it's like a massage, like a.
so they're not
crazy-
sucking nothing out, but they're moving the fat, and I guess it burns fat too.
Yeah, it does.
Like it's.
But it's temporary. It's not long term.
Yeah, I would consider that over the whole.
Yeah, I'm like, that's,
surgery.
if it's,
It's
just like a
non-invasive.
massage, and you just like, I wonder if that's.
It's
That's
something
interesting.
that's actually
I don't know
okay.
enough
Coming
about it.
from like because I'm a personal trainer, so coming from like an expert point of view, I would say it's something that's very short term. Like you're getting ready to go on vacation, you're getting ready to have a photo shoot, and you want to like really be on top of your game, so you go and get body sculpting done. It's not long term.
Got you. But that's all in terms of like the whole social media aspect. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like social media, because you see a sense of like false stuff. Like the whole aspect of social media to me is fake, because you see the perfect version of people, and then like just from like watching, like scrolling through social media, especially, and then dealing with like having a wife and then sisters and everything else, and having just women in general that pay attention to these other people on social media. They don't realize, like, you know this just from being a photographer, bro. Like, how much have you photoshopped a picture, and then you see, like, you seen what the real picture look like, then you photoshopped it, and then you gave that the picture for the girl to post, and now what she look like, and that's what everybody see.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if all the photographers of the world came out and said, we not photoshopping nothing and just posting stuff.
Then they would get fired.
Boy, social media would be a different world, though. Like, a lot of these so-called bad, like these bad girls,
The
would
ones
not
that you
be
like.
bad.
So
Again, I'm a married man, 6 years in.
Don't
Black
matter.
love.
So the
Black
thing,
love.
Imagine like, because I'm
Hashtag
like
Black love.
not even just photographers, but just like the fact that filters exist now.
True.
Like, nobody want to be their authentic self,
Man,
and it's
I know
always
some
a
people that-
manufactured way. You know what I'm saying? They just present the manufactured display,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing is like. A lot of times, like you getting the highlights of people, and a lot of times it's just their representative. They're trying to sell you that they're a dope person and have a dope life, and realistically, and oftentimes it really don't be that.
That's the problem
That's
that I
just
have
the
with
sales
social
point.
media. That's the problem I have with social media. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I see on social media, and it be like people that, to not blast like anybody, of course, but like I be seeing people that I know personally, and like the lives that they live on social media, and then you be like looking at the means that they went about to achieve certain things, or just like the situation that they're in. You be sitting there like, bro, I know this is not your life, my G.
Yeah.
Like, I know you.
Yeah.
Like,
It gives. It's like taking a drug. It gives
exactly.
you.
It's a fake, but it's that's
Attention
the
is the
problem.
new drug. Attention is the
Atten-
most powerful drug nowadays.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
the truth. I put
Like,
that
hands
up.
down.
Fact.
But here's the thing, like we're all guilty of it.
100%.
I don't disagree with that
Like
statement.
even you.
I'm not disagreeing with that statement, but I think some people allow it to control their next step more so than just wanting the attention.
Yeah.
And I think that that's where the problem comes in. I think that social media, if used as a tool, is fine. Once it starts impacting your confidence, once it starts to impact like your self-esteem, then I think it becomes a problem, because now you're in a situation to where you're not looking to please yourself. You're not looking to make yourself feel better. You're looking to make other people think that you're happy. And that's the part that get crazy.
The thing is, it stops being about self, and it becomes pleasing other people. This is what I think they want to see.
Exactly.
Versus like, this is what I want for myself. And it's like you have to be able to determine and distinguish when it stops being self and you're doing it for the people. Once you start doing it for the people, because I know somebody currently, they I'm not going to put no names out there, but lately they've been doing some goofy stuff on social media, and I'm like, fam, why are you doing all this? Like, you really don't have to do all that. But once you start seeing, like, oh, people's liking this, people's laughing, they're tuning in, oh, they're coming back, oh, I got a whole lot of followers and a whole lot of likes, and it's like you get addicted to that. It's like, oh, I feel important. But it's like, in the grand scheme of things, like, what are you contributing to society?
Exactly, because you become a caricature of yourself.
But I feel
become a
like
caricature of
I
attention.
kind of feel, and I'm a very empathetic person by nature. I don't judge people like that, because I totally get it. I totally get it. And the thing is that, like, at the end of the day, we all just want to feel important, validated, loved. We want to feel successful, you know? And so we're all just like putting out there like what people tend to respond to. And honestly, at the end of the day, if you put a certain type of content out and you notice that you're getting, and you look at your analytics and you're smart about it. You look at your analytics and you're like, wow, when I put this content out at this time of the day and people are responding to it in this type of way, I need to do more of that. At the end of the day, you're just like being business minded. Like, you're being very smart. Like, you're giving people what they want.
I agree with that to a certain extent. So like, it's one thing if you're making a business move and you putting out like a business type of savvy content, that's one. But two, when you just kind of sell out who you are as a person, that's another thing. When you just out here just looking goofy, it's like, why? Like, bro, you don't have to operate in that type of energy. But I agree with you that for the most part, as humans, we all want to feel needed and wanted to some capacity. You don't even if it's like some people are more logical about it than others, but we're a social thriving type of creature. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, oh, like I feel like y'all being a couple. It's like when you feel that you're desired by one another, that's when the relationship is thriving. It's like, oh, okay, I wore this outfit. He's looking at me like,
right.
with the
She
mind.
called me handsome today. Ooh.
Oh, the waves are dipping. She's like, oh, I see you, baby.
I'm going to do that again.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like, we all want to be desired at some capacity. But some people, they misconstrue what it means to be desired and wanted in a healthy way.
That part.
And not sacrificing their character. Because once you start sacrificing your character, it's just like, yo, like, bro, you really don't have to look goofy out here like that. Like,
I agree with you. I think it's like Instagram has given people a platform to do the same thing that many celebrities have done for years and years and years.
Which is what?
Which is become goofy and sell out for
doing stuff for attention.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
when you think about it, how many movie stars and singers have like sold out for the attention and for the money?
I agree.
It's like just a repeating cycle. It's just a different platform.
Now everybody got a voice in a megaphone.
It's
like,
actually
listen to me.
rare
You know?
to
But
be
that's
true
where
to
it's
self.
weird.
It's very rare to be true to self and to be like genuinely
I
like.
disagree.
No, it's rare today to be very true to yourself. Like.
I think that's where it gets interesting.
But if you end up finding someone and like say marrying somebody who's very true to themselves and very like genuine, then you're winning. And I know that's not even on topic. I was just saying that to you.
Hey,
Like,
you know what she wants.
you know, like,
That's her calling me handsome. We're gonna go ahead and get this wrapped up. We're gonna roll this into. We're gonna keep this going. We're gonna drop a new episode. We're gonna drop twice a month. So definitely be on the lookout, liking, subscribing. We're gonna come to y'all with some dope content. Like you guys are in the hands of Sims the Creative. Like literally, that's my man's name. So think of our Simmons the Creative. So think about that in terms of like what we about to come with you. We got fitness guru queen over here, and you just got a guy who is trying to make sure that you guys are going to be impacted and life changing. So definitely tune in, stay locked in with us. Feel free to ask questions, reach out if you have any things. We are going to be bringing guests on the show, so that's going to be impactful when we bring another voice. But this is the core, this is the crew. He said, she thinks, and I think this is like fitting. I'm the quote guy. You guys are going to learn that real quick about me, especially following me on Instagram. But this whole conversation just reminded me of this whole Jay-Z song, Hollywood, one of my favorite Jay-Z songs. I think that album got slept on. I don't know why people like sleep on it, but I love it. But Hollywood, my man said, want to be seen now, groupies. Now you've become what you once despised. James Dean, John Belushi, blow your whole life trying to live the lights. Heroines following. Marilyn hopping over the edge. It's like Janis Joplin, River Phoenix, Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Morrison. All of them ended by Hollywood. But thank God for Hollywood. And I say that from an attention standpoint. So it's like, just be careful what you're becoming. So like when you're out here doing all this little BBL stuff and you're out here trying to focus on outward beauty for attention, make sure that your intentions are in the right place. Otherwise, you're going to be sucked up by Hollywood, or in this day and age, Instagram.
Attention versus intention.
Whew, that's a bar.
That's a bar.
And I'm going to leave y'all with a quote from that guy, Rich. Remember, when you get to the top, your legs will be heavy, and that ledge is slippery. Do what you want with that information. He said, she thinks.